Jack's Husband. Chapter 2, Part 3. You'd better refuse, Jack. I will help you to escape. Do you seriously believe someone can escape from them? You would certainly try if you could overcome yourself. I can't. I'm ashamed of it, and I can't help myself. I have to go there. I don't know why. I just have to do it. Do you understand the true state of things? Herbert asked with a slight irritation. You will not just be a guest there. You will practically be his property, the property of an unearthly that you do not even know anything about. You will have to sleep with him. Nonsense! He does not need me for that. It looks like that, I do not argue. But why does he propose marriage? He could just invite you for a while, take what he needs and send you back. He has long-term plans for you, which means that he can also have a variety of interests. To tell the truth, Jack felt uncomfortable with such words, and yet he was more confident in his own rightness. There will be no such thing. Unearthly have a very picky taste, and I have never been a handsome man. It is unlikely that he will be interested in me in this regard. You have always thought of yourself as homely, and that has always been your biggest mistake. But it is true, I'm not handsome. Honestly, I think it would be more logical if they came for you and not for me. It would be much better. I would not feel so helpless. Don't be afraid, no one is going to kill me, I'm sure. Death is not the only trouble you can get into, and I cannot help being afraid. You are my only brother. I'm not happy about that either. I have never been apart from you. In fact, I have no one else besides you. That will be my worst misfortune, not being able to ask you for advice or just to talk. You still have time to run. No, even if I try, my legs will still bring me back. There is no point in trying. Besides, think about Mom. If I refuse, she will have to return the treasures. She definitely will not survive this. Herbert was about to swear, but after noticing the laughter in Jack's eyes, restrained himself. Great excuse. Mom, Jack shook his head sadly. She's not the best person in the world, but she's not the worst either. I'm going to miss her. She will be missing you too, though she will not realize that right away. Sure. I hope they will at least let you send us mail. Let them just try to not allow me. I am not going to be afraid of someone there. Maybe I will even run away with time. But first I have to figure it out. This damn story has been bothering me for 10 years. You won't be able to escape. Ordinary people sometimes get into Kmir, but they never come back. It is a one-way road. Do not tell me that. I don't believe I will never see you again. We will definitely meet again, I promise. After a pause, Herbert replied dryly, So be it, I will believe you. Niandershan was not very surprised to hear Jack's positive response. He was obviously prepared for this turn of events and looked as if he did not expect to hear anything else. This somewhat worried the boy, but it was too late to change anything. This time the Lurk did not stand on ceremony and offered to set off immediately. Jack did not object, not because he was afraid of him, but because he realized that the sooner he left, the easier it would be for everyone. Besides, there was no point in delaying the inevitable. He had accepted the proposal, which meant that he was now in some degree at the mercy of the one who had come for him. Thus, half an hour later, his small valise was packed and transferred to the carriage with unicorns, and he himself stood next to it at the gates of his house, looking at his mother, Herbert, and the few servants of their family standing in front of him. The servants looked totally broken. Jack was always kind to them, and they genuinely loved him, while his mother was sobbing. It was painful for Jack to look at her, but it was even more painful to see Herbert trying to look cheerful and calm. He did not want Jack's path to be overshadowed by his unhappy appearance, although his eyes were clearly not shining with joy. Jack calmed Selina for a long time, but with no success. Realized at last that she would not get better until he disappeared, he hugged Herbert tightly. "We will meet again," he said quickly in his ear. "I will achieve it, you will see." "I will be waiting." Herbert hugged him back firmly, then gently pushed him away and nodded towards the carriage. After taking one last look at his sobbing mother, at the broken lost servants, Jack gritted his teeth and jumped into the carriage. The elegant door immediately slammed behind him, separating him from the outside world, and the dark carriage rushed forward, forever taking him away from his mother and brother, and at the same time from the only world he knew, the world to which he was never destined to return, as he vaguely felt in the depths of his soul.